Well, Dean, you can tell it's getting near winter time. I got my Def Leppard shirt on, Great British Band, long sleeves.
I guess we're changing seasons, Norm. And
Hey, it's cold outside.
and I think you look very handsome in it.
The problem we raised with our last video, we'll link to that in the description if you haven't already seen it. The problem that a lot of retirees have is, how do I spend the money I've saved in retirement? We recently did a net worth and were shocked
Yes, we were, weren't we, Norm?
that our wealth had grown, even though we'd spent a substantial amount of money this year traveling.
Yes.
So that's the problem, and we have a solution, Teen.
Yes, we do, don't we, Norm?
So the go-go years.
That's when you've got way more energy than you will have when you get older. And that's when you should be doing the things that are a little more vigorous.
So that's the years from 60 to 75, maybe. Ask me when I get to 75, I might change my mind. But basically, use this health and mobility while you have it, because the one fleeting thing in retirement is time and health.
Yeah. And of course, time you can't get back, can you, Norm?
No, you can't. Well, Cher could. She could turn back time.
Oh, yeah, she could. Oh, I loved that song, Hey, Norm.
So how are we going to do it, Teen? How about starting with adventures?
Ooh, and actually, we've booked an adventure already, haven't we?
We have.
And we are going to be going into the Amazon forest and the Galapagos Islands. And we didn't actually realize when we booked this trip just apparently what an exciting thing it is to do.
So that's what we're suggesting to you, is perhaps go on some adventures while you still have the energy to do it. We're going to the Galapagos, as Tina said. You could maybe want to go to Egypt, have your picture taken in front of the Grand Pyramids.
Oh, and another thing too, Norm, what we've heard, and a few of our friends are doing too, and that is taking a safari in Africa.
Yeah, one of our friends just did that, and they booked with a company that picked her up at her door.
Fantastic.
Took her to the airport, put her on a plane. At the other end, there was guides to meet her, and it was a small group, and maybe 20, 24 people. And they had a fantastic time going to a private game lodge and seeing all these amazing animals in Africa.
And of course, it was all inclusive. So it included everything, your food, your drink, your tours, and even the travel insurance, which that's something that's important as you get older.
So there's lots of these companies that have invented these trips. Exotica is one, Senior Discovery Tours is another. So maybe think about your adventurous spirit in retirement and spend some money on it.
Yeah. Another great idea, revisit your transportation.
That's a great idea, because you might know in the past we sold 2 cars and downsized to 1. But maybe that isn't such a great idea for you. So why don't you consider, do you and your partner need separate vehicles so that you can have more fulfillment? Maybe prevent a divorce?
Ooh. That's that dreaded word, Norm.
So maybe 2 cars into 1 doesn't suit everybody. But maybe there's another solution. If you've gone to 1 car, how about buying a toy?
Oh.
A sports car, anybody?
Oh, I think that's a great idea, Norm.
We get really good summers in Canada.
Yeah.
We can get up to 30 degrees. Get many days that you can put a top down on a sports car. So our daughter-in-law's grandmother, she bought one. She bought a Eclipse, Mitsubishi Eclipse. It's quite old. It cost her $8,000, and she's having a whale of a time.
I know. She's older than us, a lot older, obviously, and
Yeah.
she's putting us to shame. And we thought, you know what a fantastic idea. So we're going to do that this year, aren't we?
We are. We have
Yeah.
an extra parking space at the
Yeah.
apartment, so I think a Mustang convertible is on the horizon for us. We got to start spending this money,
Yeah.
and just because you buy a car doesn't mean to say you've thrown that money away,
No.
because you will sell it eventually, and you get something back. So we're going to have a summer of sports cars.
We are, with all that wind in your hair, Norm, and just enjoyment.
Absolutely. Bring a smile to your face. And once again, it brings joy into your life. And anything that you can do to bring joy into your life will be amazing. And we know our granddaughter, for whatever reason, is just crazy about convertible cars. She doesn't know what they call.
No.
It's just a car you can take the roof off.
Yeah.
So she's going to be our best friend for life when we get one.
Oh, yeah. I think she's going to be the first one in it for a ride, isn't she?
Invest in your health. It's
a biggie.
it's easily overlooked, and we think that there are many things you can do to keep those go-go years of good health and push them as far as you can forward. How about a yoga class? I used to do that too.
Actually, I remember that, Norm. And you used to come back and tell me all about the breathing you'd done and how great you
Deep
felt
breathing,
when
yeah.
you did it. I think that's a wonderful idea.
And what a lot of guys might not realize is that there are classes just for men and just for women, and obviously mixed class. I went to a class for men, and it was just great fellowship, small class, a fantastic teacher, and it was, you could feel the difference, and and this course ran for many weeks. So we're saying, look at that. What's another thing for health, Tin, that we could look at?
Well, I think another one is, how about getting yourself a personal trainer?
Right.
Not everybody is good, Norm, at getting the energy to go do something on their own. But I think if you have a trainer, there's that little bit of, oh, I've made an appointment, can't let him down, I have to go and do it. So having almost like a buddy as a personal trainer, I think is a great idea.
Plus, they know what to do, what the exercises may be suitable for a
Yeah.
slightly older person. One thing I invested in was a blood pressure meter on the suggestion of my doctor, so I could keep an eye on my blood pressure, because they don't call it the silent killer for nothing.
No.
A lot of people can have high blood pressure caused either through diabetes, pre-diabetes, obesity, but it's like everything. It's like our net worth. If we keep an eye on it, we can be proactive at it. So I take my blood pressure regularly every week.
I think it's a great idea. And also we've found now that when we go on visits to the doctor and the dentist, they're all taking your blood pressure too. So it's a really good way of keeping an eye on health sort of issues and looking at them and stopping them before maybe they're going to start. I think it's a great idea.
And so I record
Yeah.
all my blood pressures. I do 4 at a time. I throw away the first one. And then I can show my doctor all these different ones. Because whenever you get it done at the doctor, it's always high.
Yeah.
You know, white coat syndrome. That's why they call it the silent killer for high blood pressure. Because many people don't realize they have high blood pressure until it's too late. So that's why we invested in a home machine, and it works great. We'll link to it in the description below. So, Tin, how about learn something new?
Oh, that's a great one, Norm. And you learnt something new yesterday.
Oh, I've become a laundry addict. I did 2 loads of laundry.
And you did them very well too, I must say.
Now, I did spill dinner down my shirt.
Hence
I'm getting old.
Hence the fact, for whatever reason, actually, I had gone out to the hairdressers, hadn't I?
Yeah, I was looking for my clothes to be cleaned and nobody around.
Oh no! And while I was gone, Norm decided to do the laundry.
So learn something new in retirement. How about, have you always wanted to take up golf or biking? There's e-bikes now, or mountain biking. How about learning photography? Then you could document your retirement like we've been doing.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Norm, because sort of when you're away on trips taking pictures, and then when you get back home and you're processing them, it brings all those memories back.
Yeah, you relive it, because in stock photography you have to keyword the images, do the descriptions, titles, and so you end up doing research because you forget what some of the places are that you photographed, and so you get to revisit the whole trip again. So it's marvelous investing in photography. I think so anyway. Once you've learned something new and a new skill, then why don't you travel to use that skill? And so that's what we do with the photography. You might take your mountain bike and go on a vacation, a trip on it, or do something like walk the Camino de Santiago, which is a great walk.
Yeah, that sounds really adventurous, doesn't it, Norm? But you know what? There's a lot of different themed vacations now available that you can incorporate that with. How about staying connected?
Who with, Jane? Me?
Well, I think I'm kind of connected to you here, Norm. But
Joined at the hip.
what about friends? Friends that you've not been in contact with for a long time, work colleagues, family. There is so many ways with social media now that you can keep in contact with people, aren't there?
But one of the most important contacts is face-to-face. So how about setting up a regular breakfast or coffee or lunch get-together, maybe weekly?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
We have friends who do that. One of our very good friends, every Sunday, go out for breakfast and they meet all their ex-work colleagues, and they have been doing that for years. So it's a great way to get you out, get socializing, which is good for your health.
Yeah.
And you're spending some money on food and beverage.
I think and we do a very similar thing. We have friends and we all like Thai food. So quite often we all get together, we go out for a Thai lunch at another town nearby, and then we'll come back and we alternate going to one or the other's houses. And for like an extra $20, we get drinks, we have wine and beer
Happy
at
hour.
home. It's wonderful, isn't it?
And the lunch is about $40 for the two of us. That includes our tip to the lady who makes it, because she is extraordinarily good. Very consistent, never had a bad meal. And we just love going to that place. So invest in contacts and staying connected. Buy things for the home team. That's another good money trap.
But I think, Norm, one of the things when people forget how much time they spend in the home. So this is something that actually we've just done recently, isn't it?
We have.
We really needed extra counter space in the kitchen.
And cupboard space.
Yes, we did.
And we're in a rented apartment, so we can't just rip out all the kitchen cabinets.
No.
But we decided, because we're just running up on Black Friday, and there's been pre-Black Friday sales in Canada for quite some weeks. So we saw that there was an air fryer coming up at $49, and we needed a new toaster as well. We didn't need the air fryer, but this is our logic.
Yeah.
The first air fryer we got broke.
Yeah.
We got gifted one, but from our son and his wife that they weren't using.
Yeah.
So that's the one that we're currently using. So we know at some point that's going to crap out.
Yeah.
So we bought this new one to put in the
Yeah.
storage cupboard for when that happens, because, hey, it was $49.
That was our logic, and along that same logic, the toaster had been playing up this last week. So on the same
Couldn't get it
deals,
toasted on both sides at once.
so on the same deal, they had a great 4-slot toaster. So we bought a brand new stainless steel toaster, didn't we?
Top of the line.
Yeah,
But it was cheap.
But then we had a problem, didn't we?
What was that, Team?
Where do we put all these new appliances that we're buying?
I thought you wanted me to work all these appliances for you.
No, Norm, I can do. Oh, we forgot we bought another Keurig too.
Oh, yes, that's
no.
that's to go in the cupboard for when this one
Keurig.
breaks. Because
So-
they all break in the end.
Yeah, they do, didn't they?
So we had this buying spree. We spent
Yeah.
about $250.
Yeah,
That was
we
just
did.
on appliances. So we needed counter space to put 2 of the appliances on. We could have also used another drawer, another bit of cupboard space. So what did we find, Tane?
We bought, I guess you could call it, like a mobile kitchen island. It's awesome. It's on wheels.
Yeah.
And it has a counter at the top. But the best thing is it actually has a power bar with 3 power sockets in.
Outlets.
So we can plug the Keurig, the toaster, and then the air fryer, we plug that in too on the top. And it's got a drawer and
Yeah.
it's got cupboard space. And I don't know why we waited so long to get one.
Took us 9 years to get one.
And what did it cost us, Norm?
$149 from our favorite investment stock, which is
Amazon.
Whoa.
Yay! And it was delivered to the door.
it was incredibly heavy.
It was, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Right to the door, and it came the next day.
Yeah,
Because we're in
fantastic.
Prime.
Yeah, fantastic service, wasn't it?
And then we spent the next 6 hours putting it together. Free entertainment.
And the funny thing was, we had read the reviews previously, and it said, oh, it's relatively easy. It will only take you like 90 minutes to put together. I think it took us quite a bit more than that, didn't it, Norm?
They lied.
Yeah. Don't believe everything people say. But what happened the next day after, Norm? You felt...
Oh yeah, I was on my knees screwing this
the unit
cabinet together, if you pardon the expression. And yeah, next day I felt as though I'd worked out in the gym for 10 hours. I could barely stand up.
Norm used muscles he never thought he had in the top of his legs. Not that we can laugh about it now. It wasn't funny
Yes,
at the time.
Tina, we can.
It wasn't funny at the time. But what a fantastic unit. And actually, we can put it in the description, Norm.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll put a link to it in
Yeah.
the description below. So if you're not up on the latest small appliance craze for the home, then maybe take a look at it. Think about an air fryer. You have to learn how to use it. How about one of these new espresso machines? That would really take us back to our memories of Portugal with
Yeah.
good coffee.
that would be pretty good, wouldn't it?
It would.
Actually, our son has one of those, doesn't he, Norm?
Our son has everything.
Yeah, we have to try and keep up with them, but they have all the gizmos, don't they, before it just takes us a while to get there, doesn't it?
They do indeed. So the problem in retirement is you're not spending your money quickly enough because
No.
you're frightened it won't last. But the one thing that is running out quickly is your health and your mobility. So use that money
Yeah.
and have the experiences now, or invest in some of these things for your home. So we hope everybody's keeping well.
And staying safe.
And until the next time,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.